Welcome to 5 Pints In, the show where we're literally 5 pints in. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So welcome. This is another new platform for us. We had our first video episode last week, and it went really well. We had some good feedback, but now Ian's not up here in Orlando with us anymore. He's back down south, and we've had to get our technical guys to set him up with what you're looking at now. It took a little while, but you're looking okay, Dad. How's it going?
Good, mate.
You're looking a little pale.
Yeah, just keep that right there.
Little and pale, yeah.
Yeah.
Pale.
But
Alright, no, it was good last week, mate, coming up to seniors. Been a while. Maybe I'll alternate, come in the studio every second week or something. It's just putting miles on my car now.
Yeah. Well, that's all right. I mean, it's good having it's good having the beers together in person, but this is second best. I think it's good enough, you know. So
yeah, that'll do, son.
Exactly. That's not what you were drinking before, though, was it?
It's just done double.
Yeah. You've gone from Smirnoff Ice to Stella, so now
I just thought I looked a bit girly to open the show with.
Now the world knows. So they're both green bottles. You can just drink from either side and cover the label up.
Tim, mate, I was going to start with that. Then afterwards, I was going to start doing this.
Yeah. Well, it is a Wednesday evening, you know. So you gotta take it a little easy. But
I've got a big long birthday weekend coming up.
Yeah, Friday.
Yeah.
And then the weekend following. So
I've been trying to moderate me drinking of me beer because obviously a hectic weekend, and then I think I'm playing golf tomorrow, so I'll have a couple. Then my birthday's Friday, and then I think I've got golf Saturday and Sunday again.
Yeah, you should just ramp up. You should just ramp up so you have like 5 or 6 today, 7 or 8 tomorrow, 9 or 10 Friday. You know what I mean? Just get a good run up going.
Eventually, I get to 150.
Exactly, and then Monday I'll come crashing down, and we won't hear from you for a week.
I'll end up doing that session like I did back home.
Yeah, I think it was like episode 2 or 3. It was rough. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, one thing I wanted to we've got a lot to cover. But one thing I wanted to start off with is your shirt that you're wearing, the MCFC New Orleans shirt. You know, it's got a special connection for you because obviously it's Man City, but it's also New Orleans, and you played for the Shell Shockers and lived in New Orleans for a little while. Yeah.
I had I think it was only 4 months I was there, mate, and 4 months was long enough. If you've seen any of my dancing videos. From the last time I was there.
Yeah, we'll have to try and get them in. We'll have to get them in the episode.
4 months. I was supposed to just be coaching, wasn't I?
Yeah.
And we're trying to sort the visa. I was supposed to just be coaching, and I moved in with the other coach, Steve McInnesby. And the funny thing was, we used to play on a Friday night, and then come back home Monday morning. So we played a game. Go down Bourbon Street, go right through Saturday, right through Sunday, because nowhere ever closed.
Yeah.
And I swear to you, we'd come Monday morning, we'd probably get home because we didn't train until the evening as well. So Monday evening was training. So we'd get back at 7 o'clock in the morning, and there was a bar right next door, a 24-hour bar right next to the apartments called, I think it was JB's or JR's, one of them. And so we'd both get out the cab, absolutely scarlet, look at each other and go, did we walk through the gates to the apartment, or we just go and have one more? And we'd end up going in there at about 7 in the morning, being the only 2 people in there, dancing with each other to the jukebox. Country and Western.
What was the football like, though?
Oh, it wasn't bad, mate. It was like it was PDL, really. It was the Player Development League, so it was the college kids in there. I mean, fit lads, you know. So it was their off season. Yeah. And I ended up supposed to be just coaching, but I ended up having to go out there and teach them from the middle of the field, you know. Yeah. And I enjoyed it, mate. It was brilliant. You know, we travelled around a little bit. It was old school America when you see like the old films here, the baseball teams and that, the little leagues where they jump on a bus for 10 hours. And it was things like that. And we always stayed over wherever we was, you know. So I remember we went to Memphis and Stevie Mac broke his arm. We ended up having to sit in the hospital with him. And then the next day, all day, we went to Graceland, and security asked me to leave Elvis's house. I got kicked out of
sitting
Elvis's
on his
house.
toilet.
I was, no, it was something to do with that. We had the headsets on with the security, and I kept cracking jokes and wondering why people weren't laughing. They couldn't hear me.
Yeah, that was the excuse why people weren't laughing that time.
Yeah,
it's a good excuse.
so what? Jokes back then.
Yeah. So the I'm assuming you went and hung out with the Man City supporters club in New Orleans, right? Is that where you got the shirt then?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Andy sent me them. The lads sent me them. As you can see, I keep pulling it back down again.
Yeah.
Your belly's making it right
It's
up.
the Smirnoff Ice.
Every sip of me Smirnoff Ice.
Yeah.
No, I've got a few. I've got some from the lads here, and I've got New York ones, and I think I gave you one, didn't I?
Yeah, I've got a New York one you gave me. Yeah.
New York, yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's funny how the sport's growing over here. I know we've got a big UK fan base, but there are a lot of pockets of Man City fans around the country, and it's
popping up everywhere.
Yeah, it's kind of cool how it's growing. So
see what happens, Con? You miss out being Chelsea, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see many. It's mostly Liverpool. It's actually not much City, but it's mostly Liverpool, United, which is disgusting.
I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, every time I meet a Chelsea fan in America, I don't like them.
You don't like them.
Well, now
people.
Now they don't like you.
Yeah.
That's just because you're a miserable git, though.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe. No one knows the history or anything. They're like, oh yeah, I've been supporting Chelsea since 2016. It's been a solid 4 years. And that's the furthest they'll go back, and it's like they're just bandwagon, you know.
Not a great time to be a Chelsea fan since 2016.
That's why I'm confused why they hopped on them, you know.
Yeah,
it's maybe like the badge or the colour of the kit or something.
Yeah. But you know what? It's growing. But anyway, so big news out of Man City. Then we'll kick off with this. See how far it goes. So. Man City have finally got a court date for their appeal for the Champions League ban. They go to court June 8th. So before, hopefully, before the hopeful season starts, who knows how long it'll last. All that arbitration shit, it just goes on forever. But, people thought the ban was going to last throughout the rest of the season, and it was going to ruin the end of our season. Do you think there's any chance? This is what I was actually getting at last episode.
Something else did that.
Something else did what?
Ruin the end of the season.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was.
It was the VAR.
It's the reason I'm not there with you.
Yeah, I can't put my finger on it. But so, do you think if they push the Champions League till August? I mean, clearly City are able to finish the Champions League, right? And hopefully win it. But anyway. What's your take on all this? I mean, is it as big news as people are making it? Like people are.
What the virus?
No, I'm talking about the ban appeal finally getting a court date.
It's not a shock now, is it? Because we've been talking about it for God knows how long now. I mean, I think first things first. I think we're putting the cart before the horse now because of what's happened.
Yeah.
Let's get through, see if what happens with this season's Champions League. I know the talk was, if City would have won it, before the virus came along and decimated everything. But if City would have won it, would it be tainted because of all that's going on? And now they haven't got that to talk about. Okay, the court case for me, as you're saying, it's similar to what's happened with the virus. Who knows when it's coming back? Who knows how soon it's going to finish? It's going to be the same with the court case.
Yeah. For
different reasons, though. Not for the virus reason.
Yeah.
There could be appeals. There could be, things could get adjourned, or set back, pushed back for whatever reason. Yeah. It's just, look, what happens is when there's a big team involved, people want you to fail. People want you to lose. Yeah. They want to use any outlet to disrupt the apple cart, And I think that's what other people will be using now.
Yeah.
They've always had to talk about, the new owners and the money, that's why they've won things. I'm tired of it, as if other clubs have never had money,
Yeah. Well, I mean... the big thing was that if City weren't able to appeal, then that 2-year ban held up until they were able to appeal. So I think that's why a lot of City fans are sort of seeing that as a positive, because I think my feeling is it will go down to probably 1 year. I don't know the ins and outs of the financials that happened and that they're being blamed for, but you know, if they found something,
you're looking out, George. What has happened is saying, like, okay, with the virus, the whole value of players is going to change. Now, let's say the talk was, if City are banned, how many players are going to want to jump ship?
Yeah.
Now, will they be able to jump ship if the clubs aren't getting the money that they want for them because of the virus hitting the transfer market or whatever? So there's that many permutations, mate. That I am honestly, I don't know if there's any individual person that can say this is exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's all we look for, you know, when we're on the outside. What is exactly going on?
Yeah. And
I don't think we can get to that point. You know, we can all speculate. Somebody may hear a whisper here and there, and it's whether, you know, it bears any fruit or it's got any substance to it. Mm-hmm. The whisper itself. You know, while we've been sitting doing this, which, to be fair, you know, since the footy finished, we've had to go into a different mode.
Yeah.
You know, because the content was generally going to be the games that we'd watched over the weekend and the issues that happened, you know, to keep it relevant. But, you know what I found today when I was looking through the transfers and that, I'm seeing the same things. People are just filling spaces, you know.
Yeah.
We're getting certain information from people who are just, at times, speculating themselves and filling spaces. I'd like to see something concrete. Until we know when the deadline's going to be or when the new window is going to open up, you know. We mentioned Coutinho again and another club. And how many times do you have to hear or read Bayern aren't taking up the option?
Yeah.
Barcelona don't want him. So now throw someone else in the mix. Who's it been? Juventus, Chelsea,
Spurs,
now Arsenal.
Yeah.
Now Arsenal. Yeah.
It's always the top one in clubs. Yeah.
Yeah, there was Tottenham even.
Yeah.
There was talk Liverpool again. Would he go back there? Obviously I'd love to see him at Arsenal.
Just in the Premier League in general.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, in fact, you know, I mean, I was disappointed in him when he left, but you can't turn Barcelona down.
No,
you know, you understood at the time. I just think when things are going so well for you, and you know the team was up and coming at the time also, and you know, not to what they are today, but they weren't far off. And I just think when things are going okay, it can't have been a money thing for them because I'm sure Liverpool would have given that sort of money also. Yeah. So then it becomes, you know, he wants to be in a club like Barcelona.
Yeah, but he was also the top man at Liverpool for a while and then getting taken off at the 65th minute every single game.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I mean, remember Mike Marsh was there at the time as well.
Yeah.
He was Brendan Rodgers' assistant.
Yeah.
And he even used to say to me, "Bish, he's the best player we've got."
Yeah, I remember.
And he keeps getting taken off. And that used to annoy me because I wanted to see more of him.
Yeah.
But look, I like Brendan. You know, I had nice chats with him when I went down to visit Marsh at the training ground. I like the way he plays football. I like the way he wants to play. Was he just protecting him? Was he saying it's my biggest asset?
Mm-hmm.
Do I try and get the best out of him for next week by bringing him off 20 minutes? Well, you can see on Coutinho's face, he didn't want that.
No.
Yeah.
It's like when Aguero comes off, you know.
You can see. At least he didn't act out, though, you know. It's...
No, he didn't know.
But would that
have
changed his course and kept him? I mean, look.
I don't know. If you're at some of your best season, then Barcelona come along.
No, I know. But looking at it now, it wasn't. I mean, hindsight's 2020.
It was weird. It was just a weird season.
But would Brendan Rodgers have played him more if he would have kicked up a fuss? Would he been in better form?
Well, maybe if he takes him off 60th minute, and then the next time. He brings him on and he's selfish. He doesn't want to play. He's like, this is what happens when you take me off.
But
maybe
the point.
You can tell he loves playing football, can't you? He's that type of footballer.
Yeah.
You can tell he just wants to be there and play football.
Yeah.
You can see the players who hide.
Yeah.
You can see the play. Yeah, you know.
I mean, he's in an amazing Brazil squad and he always wants the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You give it to me, you know.
I mean, the point.
Look, when you have that ability, you want to show it all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They want to do things. Sorry, George. Go on, son.
No. The point you were making though is, aren't we sick of hearing about Coutinho being or Coutinho or Pogba or
Neymar going back?
Neymar going back. I'm just so sick of these transfer rumors. Where it's
someone needs to have the balls and just say,
like, if
I suppose we're going to get it until footy kicks off again.
Yeah, but we get it every...
And we get a deadline for the window.
We get it every window, though. I mean, we get it, like, there was this big thing about Bernardo... Like, if I actually believed every headline as a City fan, I'd be shitting my pants. Because Bernardo Silva says he wants to go back to Portugal. Sane to Bayern. You know, De Bruyne said he can wait 1 year without Champions League, but he can't wait 2. There's talk about Aguero going back to South America. It's like... Okay, that's like the spine of the squad. Like, you can't believe all that shit, and I just.
But that's what I said earlier. That's people in the media want to disrupt.
Yeah, but then you got people like Sterling having a Real Madrid shirt wrapped over your shoulder. You know, sparking it himself.
I think that's to do with agents, though.
Yeah,
you know what?
I mean, you as a person can say I'm not doing
and so is the rumours as well.
Yeah,
the rumours are a lot of them are started by agents.
Yeah.
So
they're trying to make more money. They're trying to make more money, which is bad. I'm not saying it's right, but they're trying to make more money for themselves and for the player.
Yeah,
like for themselves first and foremost.
Like what happened with Torre with the whole birthday thing.
Yeah, with the cake.
That? Yeah.
Did you see what I put on Twitter at that time? No.
I don't think so.
Never followed you.
Was Twitter around that?
That's why you don't get any shirts.
Yeah.
You little sot.
That's exactly what I did.
I just put what I thought, I mean, look, it was nothing against Yaya.
No, amazing player.
I thought he was fantastic.
Yeah.
I tweeted out, no wonder Yaya was upset, look what Joe did for me. And it was the stripper getting out of a big cake. Which seems a bit synonymous with Man City at the minute.
Yeah. A little bit, yeah. But
I'll tell you what's going to be interesting, Newcastle, if that goes ahead. The takeover.
Yeah, that's what I was going to lead to, because we were just talking about big clubs, big money, the Newcastle takeover. There's talks, we were talking earlier about, who is it, Barkley and...
You said Barkley, Stones and Coutinho.
Benitez,
Benitez back to
even Coutinho, yeah. Even Coutinho.
So, I mean, it's not like they can just put together a team of their all-star 11. I mean, Barkley will be cheap, though. Stones, I mean...
Barkley's been doing well for Chelsea and playing, though.
I still think you could get him on the cheap, though. I don't think he'd be that expensive.
Yeah, if you tell him, I'm going to start
if you get the right manager as well. And I think, I mean, Benitez... Where is Benitez now?
He went to China, didn't he?
Probably.
I think he left Newcastle, went to China.
Yeah, whenever anyone disappears off the radar...
They just went to China
They went to China.
To get 500,000 a week and then come back.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. But there was whispers that he said he would come back. And they'd welcome him back with open arms.
100%. Yeah. Especially how he went down with them.
He went down with them and then he took them back up.
Stayed, yeah.
That's what I said. I remember having this conversation with you, actually. I said, if he brings them back up, they should, like, really... hold them in high esteem.
Yeah, because there's very few managers that get 3 years.
And but go down and don't leave, that's what I'm saying.
Especially someone that's won.
He stuck around and brought them back up, especially with all the turmoil at Newcastle as well, with the owner Mike Ashley and all this shit that's going on.
but they got great fan base as well.
Yeah, I was going to say they're always going to be one of the biggest clubs with the best fan base.
Yeah.
It's a great town to be in. Trust me.
But do the players look at that nowadays and think it's a great fan base, I should go there? I don't think they do.
I think smaller players, if they have a choice between like the likes of Newcastle and Bournemouth, but
we're talking about Barkley, Stones, Coutinho.
No, yeah.
Well, look, they've got to start with a nucleus of players they've got. They can't go out and buy 24 players, 16 players, 10 players. You know what I mean? They've got to start with the nucleus, bring it in. It'll happen over a couple of seasons, won't it?
Yeah.
A couple of transfer windows. They'll have to get people out, so... And then what if they got to sell? It depends how much money comes in, how much they're allowed to spend.
Yeah.
But look, a club like that, it would be another Man City, to be honest with you, because they would grow. I think they've filled their stadium for the last 20 years with 50-odd thousand fans,
Yeah, I mean, I would say too, though, it's a little different now with the financial fair play. I mean, it's like small clubs can't just be bought out anymore and be brought. Not that Newcastle's a small club by any means. Actually, that sounds ridiculous me saying that, but it's like how many players right out of their starting 11? How many players does it take to fix that club? I would say most of them.
Yeah,
I would say Alan Saint-Maximin is decent. Almiron, okay.
Is Matt Ritchie still there?
Yeah, left
I think
back.
he was injured for a lot of
Yeah,
it.
he's playing left wing back.
Shelby, right?
Just looking at Joe Linton's decent. I'm just looking at the players now.
I mean, do you think
they've got Andy Carroll?
Do you think
look, what you need? Sorry, mate. What you need is 4 or 5, and it might gel with what they already have.
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah,
because they've struggled as a unit now as an 11. Look, Joe Linton hasn't got goals, has he? He's coming in sort of, to get goals, and it's not easy when your team's struggling.
No, not at all.
And you lose confidence and what have you,
Yeah.
I think Almiron only got his first goal in 30 games or something.
I remember it.
But then got another one. So, he does look fairly sharp.
Yeah. I mean, they've got, they've got like Shelby. Honestly, I can't remember which one of you.
Oh yeah,
absolutely despises Shelby.
Oh no, it was me. That always had this underlying thing.
I think he's okay. I think Shelby's okay.
He won me over.
I said this when he was still at Liverpool. I said,
yeah, you did,
because we all used to like rag on him all the time, and I saw him do one or two things, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, he has something.
Yeah,
and then he kept on. And then I told you both. I'm like, give it time, give it a few years. What, you went to Swansea, didn't he?
Swansea,
And I was like, watch. You both are gonna like him, and you were both like, "Oh, shut the fuck up!" But then look, he is now like he's won you over.
I think he's
like
okay.
Him now as well, yeah.
I think he's okay. I mean, he's not England material.
I'd have him over Henderson.
Well, we're going back to that conversation we had.
Well, if he's English, he's England material, mate, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but
I love him. I love him now.
He can't do any worse for me.
No.
He can't do any worse than what he's already put out. He's put everybody out there. So.
Could you see?
Oh, Southgate. I thought you were talking about Shelby.
Yeah.
No. Everybody's English has played for England.
Well, so. I just saw a recent photo, and it's like England's midfielders for our future. Oh no, England's best midfielders, and it was Henderson, Maddison, and Grealish.
Phil Foden.
I'm not saying. I'm saying how wrong this photo was, and then they were like, everyone was praising it. They're like, "Oh my god, we can win the Euros."
I just think it's ridiculous, and I'm biased, but Phil Foden is doing so well under Pep. He comes on.
I'd take Foden over Grealish. I'd take Barkley again.
Barkley, I was about to say that.
Yeah,
over Grealish.
I would take a shoe, just plant a shoe in the middle of the pitch over Grealish. It would fall over less. Do you think
Coutinho would take this leap? So he's had loan spells at Bayern. He's obviously a Barca player. Like, do you think he would take that leap and go to Newcastle? I mean, he knows what the Premier League's like.
What do you do, mate? And look, it doesn't matter who you are, how big the clubs are. When somebody says, "I don't want you," Bayern don't want you, Barca don't want you.
Yeah.
You're not going to get Real Madrid. You maybe get PSG.
I was about to say that, yeah. If Neymar
depending on
back,
Neymar or all that rumour again,
Yeah.
But do you want to go to another big club that is going to expect you to get 5 goals within your first 7 games as a midfielder and expect you to win Champions League? Or do you drop back? Oh, yeah, no, he's been capable through Bayern and Barca. He was better than, most of the players there at both clubs.
Look, how can James Rodriguez succeed at Real or Bayern?
Because he hides and Coutinho doesn't.
And Coutinho doesn't. It doesn't. There's no comparison.
That's why
none whatsoever.
I was literally thinking about this earlier. I was reading this argument, which I shouldn't do, but I was reading this argument on Instagram about people. They were just going off stats and saying the best midfielders, and it was strictly stats. They were talking about Vidal, Busquets, Henderson, and they were talking. And you can't go off stats.
If you went off stats, there'd be no point in analysts.
Exactly.
What would be the point?
If you're going off stats, yeah, exactly. You're going off stats. There's something you don't know about football that you're missing out.
Yeah. Look, Coutinho, he's 27 years old. He can say to himself he's got another solid 4 or 5 years in his prime. Can Newcastle climb up there and fight and
That's
go,
also
and go
him sacrificing Champions League.
Yeah, but he's sacrificing Champions League anyway by not playing.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean?
I would love him at Chelsea. I would love him.
A big factor might be the manager who comes in as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Makes him the captain and says, you know...
There's a lot of variables, yeah. And look, if it looks to him, I think he's going to go to an established team, not somebody that's just been bought out and building. He's got to go into a ready team. Otherwise, he's going to be brought down, I think. There's going to be too much weight on his shoulders. I couldn't even put... it's hard to put Arsenal in that category. Arteta's still... Because he's still building, you know?
Yeah.
And we did have some good news today, to be honest. I know we're reading rumours and don't believe it. But apparently David Luiz might be going. So...
No. If he goes back,
where?
If he goes back to Chelsea, I'm not watching football again.
To be fair, though, look, Arsenal bought him for £8 million. Like, if they sell him for 16, it doubled him. Like, he'd go for 16 in this market, you know? Like,
well, I don't think
his next move's China.
When the contract is supposed to be the option on with a year left, I think Arsenal don't want to take it up and they don't want to extend. After if the season's extended.
Well, I'm not surprised.
But look, he'd probably go back to PSG again.
I think that's
something like that.
No, I don't think any Champions League team wants him anymore.
I don't know, mate. He actually wasn't the worst towards the end when it stopped.
No,
I think he picked up a little bit.
Yeah, because
because
it's
easy to look good.
Yeah,
it's easy to look good amongst those Arsenal players.
Yeah,
you know. But here's a good shout, actually. You know what? That we didn't talk about. So go back to Newcastle. Mario Götze is leaving Dortmund 100%. The manager said he's not in his plans for the starting 11. He's one who's been to Bayern and been back again and can't find his space. But I think he's a solid player. I don't know.
He's still not old, mate. He's still only 27, 28, 27.
He might even be younger than that.
People are saying...
He did come on yesterday and didn't really have any impact whatsoever.
Well, he's not wanted in that system. He's been told he's not wanted in that system. And
but when you come on, mate, you've got to at least show that you want to play.
Yeah.
You've got to show something, you know. I mean, you've come on the field, you're playing against your ex-club.
Yeah.
You've got to have something within you.
Yeah.
Like we're talking about
even
Coutinho
go snap
earlier.
someone.
He's also...
If you're not having the best game, go snap someone, you know?
Yeah, he's also got... He's got some injury, some long-term autoimmune system or something. But I could, like, what Newcastle pick him up? You know, you could get him for cheap. He's a decent player. I think he's talented.
Yeah, he'd be one of them. Yeah,
he
that
was
would fill a hole for you.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's saying his whole point of life was to ruin Messi's chance at winning the World Cup, which he did.
Yeah.
And then that was it. He didn't need to play football again.
Yeah.
It's kind of what happened with his long-term injuries.
I think he's also... he's also a very unique player in the sense where he's like a number 10 that doesn't... That like almost needs to play even further forward than a number 10, but isn't a striker,
he's like a
you know?
right-footed Bernardo Silva.
Yeah.
I can see that. He could play on the wing. He's better in the middle.
I mean, I think he's decent, you know? I think if I was Newcastle, I'd be looking for cheap deals like that. I'd be looking to build a team of sort of rejects, if it were. You know, they're being rejected from their clubs.
Yeah. The best of the rejects.
Exactly. Yeah. But you'd get them for cheap. You wouldn't be violating the FFP, you know?
You're taking a little gamble, really, mate, because, you know, do they want a new lease? Can you get a new lease of life out of them?
I think
if they're not that expensive, are you really gambling, like you said with David Luiz?
I mean, this is what happened with Robinho,
if they accept,
City, isn't it?
Yeah, if they accept, which is, again, Robinho, if they accept, it means they're willing to play for something, right?
Yeah.
Like, if they're... Yeah. You know what I mean?
Watch, we're talking about all these players going to Newcastle, and it's only going to be David Luiz that goes. And they're going to get relegated.
They won't let the takeover go.
Yeah.
Did you catch any of the German football?
I caught no, not really.
No, it's hard for us to get it.
We saw the end of the Dusseldorf Köln game.
There's a couple of them where they've got the noise of the crowd on the telly.
Yeah,
and it doesn't seem so bad.
Yeah,
it actually doesn't seem so bad.
Well,
I think
for us,
Dusseldorf today, I think it actually made a difference, and it sounds stupid, but they had different coloured seats.
Yeah.
And actually, from a distance, when you're watching the game, at a glance, it looked like there was people sitting there.
I think it's...
And then
it's
with
less,
the noise of the crowd and that.
Yeah, but it's less to do with how we feel about him. Do you not think? Do you think the players completely tune it out when they get on the pitch?
No, mate. You know what they've said, which is an interesting point? There hasn't been as much diving and play acting.
Yeah.
I think Gary Lineker said it.
Yeah,
he said,
that's true.
Is that because they've got no fans invested of them? You know, they're not feeling like, oh, I'm in a sticky situation. I'll fall down somewhere and try and get a free kick.
Yeah,
because the pressure isn't there.
Yeah.
We talked about it last week. Didn't we?
I know you may be getting confused between me and Gary Lineker because we play so similar. Like, but I actually said that like 2 weeks ago. I think when the football just started.
Yeah.
About
No,
how
you're just always eating Walker's crisps.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That's what he's getting confused about.
I actually said that. I only saw one dive, and he screamed, and everyone just kind of looked at him.
Yeah.
And it was like someone diving in training.
It's almost like you're more exposed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You hear who squeals now. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, like you said, it hasn't been as much, but in that first game, it was terrible.
Yeah.
And then some coaches and players have even said it's actually, I think it was one of the commentators, maybe works in your favour because you don't hear the players and the coaches screaming instruction at each other. Now, without the noise of the fans, they can get the points across.
Yeah.
They can hear each other on the field and they're getting information across.
Yeah, like
a lot better.
Yeah, if you hear someone across the other side of the pitch, that's like you'll actually pick your like. There's some players that don't pick their head up. So if you hear someone on the other side that you could ping a ball to, you may not actually hear it when there's fucking 60,000 people around you.
Yeah.
Have either of you seen any pictures of the Mönchengladbach fans, like the stadium with the cardboard fans? I didn't follow up on it.
I missed that game, mate. I mean, I think that was did they play it? I think it was 12:30 today, all time.
Yeah,
I missed that game. I caught the Dusseldorf and Schalke game, which wasn't bad, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
and what they're trying to say is, like we said earlier, with the home advantage, it hasn't really been working. But Dusseldorf actually came back at home against Schalke from 1-0 down. So I think it can work both ways. You can't really count Bayern winning at Dortmund because Bayern can go and win anywhere.
Yeah.
But, they're saying, again, stats. But
well, let's backtrack real quick because we didn't talk about it. We talked about it earlier, but not while we were recording, about the home advantage. Like how big how big of a deal is that? Is it down to the fans?
I still think it's an advantage. I think we touched on it last week, mate, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think we spoke about it, but now we've watched 2 rounds, 3 rounds with today of the German league.
Yeah.
And I see, look, even Dortmund today, I know Bayern were the dominant, but there was spells in the game where you could see it was, Dortmund were more familiar. They started the game better. It's just a fact that I think Bayern scored just before half-time. The keeper had I thought it was a bit of a howler where I think it was Kimmich.
Yeah.
Chipped him and he's gone to try and he's got a good hand on it and try to push it over the bar and has ended up pushing it into the net. But
that was Kimmich's goal?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then and Haaland, look, for me, Dortmund, it wasn't the fact that no fans went against you. They played with one up top.
Yeah.
They're playing at home, fans or no fans.
Yeah.
He looked a bit isolated, when he was through.
Which is weird because they're playing 5. Yeah, I mean they're playing 5 at the back, Dortmund, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean Hummels for me was the best player.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah, he's
And Guerrero. It was Guerrero.
Left wing
Guerrero,
back. Yeah.
Yeah, mate, he looked a good player. Yeah.
He's solid.
I know he didn't score. But I know he's got a couple of goals recently. But he just looked a accomplished player. Lefties always do, don't they?
Yeah.
I know. We should have watched it, but we really should have watched it. Did the
just asking you questions about?
Yeah, right. Did the Canadian
just
come
putting
on?
it on the spot to catch it out?
Did the Canadian come on for Bayern?
Alphonso Davies.
Mate, he was brilliant. He started.
Was he?
Back.
Yeah. Alaba's injured, right?
He looked quality, mate.
I think Alaba's being phased out.
Alaba played left centre back.
Alaba's actually been linked with City.
Yeah.
And that would be incredible because he's a left back. Really, he plays central defensive mid for Austria. And he can play centre back because he's been playing.
Yeah, he played left centre back.
I think he's the best left back on the
if you think about it, he's the perfect purchase for City because he can play left back, he can play centre back when we're out of centre backs, he can go in the middle when we need him. Like, I've always been a big fan of his.
Looking at that Davis, I would imagine they'd let him go.
They'd let Alaba go, yeah.
Yeah.
I could see it. Yeah,
he looks that good. I've only seen clips.
Yeah, he did.
He did. Yeah.
Really fast, confident.
Yeah.
Good on the ball. Got forward.
Yeah.
Just like Alaba,
back there,
but younger.
Was back there clearing things. Helping out his two centre backs. Yeah. When they broke. Yeah, he was like that, mate. Yeah, but younger.
Yeah.
That's the first time I've seen him as well. Really impressed.
Yeah, he's been solid. One thing I wanted to bring up as well is La Liga is meant to be back June 8th. So we should see some sort of progression. Premier League's been pushed back tentatively till June 20th, yeah, from the 12th that we had.
Okay, well look, I mean I think what it is now, because there's been a couple of positive tests, I think they're probably right in giving it another week, because when they're given the numbers of the people that have tested positive, I don't know how many of them are players.
Yeah.
I don't know whether, I think it's gone to 12 today, and I don't know whether there's more than 4 that are players. I'm not sure, because they're being very vague about, I'm sure the players who have got it have been named already, and if there was more players, they would find out who it was and they would be named. Yeah. So, it's a little bit easier in and around a club if it's your backroom staff that you can keep them away even when the game starts, because they're not obviously as important as the players. I mean, they'll tell you different, but
right.
Oh no, he's the fitness coach, we definitely need him, we can't play without him.
Yeah, I mean, they can do that over FaceTime.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So, I mean, hopefully La Liga starts June 8th. That way we've got two leagues up and running, and then we'll see. So the French league are actually appealing, I believe, this Friday against, because they just completely cancelled the league. So, like, Lyon are out of the Champions League, and then there was another relegated team. Was it Amiens? I can't remember. But apparently they've threatened to sue the league because of them just cutting it right now. To me, it wouldn't make any sense if all the other European leagues resumed. How could the French league uphold that decision?
Yeah.
I'd be pretty pissed off as well if I was in one of those French teams that were just on the cusp.
Well, how many games did they have left, though, mate? Was there a difference that way?
It was similar.
Oh, okay.
It was similar. Maybe a game or two less, but they run the same. They run almost the same. I don't know for a fact, but they run.
We've got to factor in as we've got to factor in as well. We've got to. I mean, they're talking about finishing the FA Cup as well.
Yeah.
There's
FA Cup,
how many
Champions
rounds
League.
Left of that? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's quarterfinals, isn't there?
It is going to be condensed into so many weeks. But many weeks. Can you get the games out?
Yeah.
Do you rotate? Most of the teams are going to be able to rotate the squads. The ones in the relegation fight. Maybe after 4 or 5 games, they might get to safety and be able to do it. But look, I mean, I'm just excited that it's coming back. I'll be honest with you.
I think most fans are. Most fans feel that way,
Yeah, I want to see it played out, and I think we're getting it. They're talking about now going to full contact training. I think there's a meeting tomorrow. I think the captains and managers have agreed to do it. Obviously, there's a little bit of skepticism about these tests and how many is, in the first 2 weeks or so it's been. Is it 3 weeks? It's still not a lot relative to the amount of tests that they've taken.
Right.
I think it's something like 1,750, whatever, and there's 12 positives. So,
well,
we're on the right track.
Yeah, the problem is they picked the scariest number because that's what's gonna make the headline. Like I read a headline the other day. There were 8 injuries in 6 games in the Bundesliga in one day, in the 6 games in one day on May 16th.
Right, how many players is that if you add all the players up?
Yeah, I mean, if you
it's not a lot when you look at it like that.
So say it was 20 teams playing.
The number 6, you're looking at the number 6 with 6 games.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not saying times
So there was,
times each game by
well, there was over 200, at least 200 teams playing.
30 players.
So it's got to be, it's less than 4%. You know?
Yeah, you look at the middle of the season,
but
6 players get...
Yeah, but what I was reading is it was more, but again, you get more anyway the more games you play. So, I mean, the Bundesliga did, like, they also sent them back to training, and then they had their first game within, I think it was like a week.
You could have any spell in the season where you could take 6 games and pick out
That's what I was saying.
eight injuries, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just could be random.
Yeah.
You know, or go back and check the stats over the season that we've already had. So, you know, it's all about now. People looking for headlines. People looking for excuses.
Well, it's always going to be. I think it's always going to be like that, and we're still going to get them. But that could shut football down again. You know what I mean? Like these cases could shut football down again. Is that another Smirnoff Ice?
No.
I think. Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah.
What's wrong with the Stella? We could pause, and you could pour the Smirnoff in the Stella.
I'll have to walk all the way to the fridge again. Oh yeah, that's an idea. I could have poured it in the Stella. You've snitched on me now, though.
I know, yeah. So,
arsehole.
You call me a arsehole?
Yeah. He's analysed it.
Let's go back to the tape.
We're gonna watch the replay.
Yeah, exactly.
See if I should get yellow carded for Smirnoff Ice.
That's a red card.
I can't even pour it in now, you dipstick.
Well, you know, it's your fault. Who even buys Smirnoff Ice? It's like,
well, you know,
we don't have any sponsors, but let's say that's the anti-sponsor.
Yeah.
Don't drink Smirnoff Ice.
Well, not the vodka.
No, you've done it now.
No, we've ruined it.
I'm going to get a Stella.
All right.
He's getting 2.
All right, everyone. Got me Stella.
So you've gone and you've filled those Stella bottles with the Smirnoff Ice that you had earlier.
No.
All right. Well, we had people.
I've got to make a sound when I open this one, though.
Yeah. Welcome to 5 Smirnoffs in.
Yeah.
Well, we had people asking about the Budweiser thing last time. We I think we're drinking a mix of things here. We've got Coors. We just drink whatever's available in the fridge. So I don't know if. Yeah,
but you get time to plan it. I've got Stellas and Smirnoff Ice.
Yeah, we'll cut
Sometimes
that
I just sit outside watching the golfers drinking me Smirnoff Ice.
And you're like, ooh.
Cooey.
So,
nice shot. Oh, your shorts don't go with your socks.
Yeah.
I mean, it beats when you used to take me to school, and then like 10 minutes down from the road from the school, there was a teeing box, and we'd sit there at the light, and whenever they would go to tee off, you would honk the horn in the car.
No. Well,
like
you did
fucking jackass. Yeah.
And it's funny because you're a golfer, so you can appreciate how much that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know how much
horrible
you hate
that is.
it.
Yeah.
But you beam your own and just stare forward.
Yeah, because there's like 15
You wouldn't know
cars.
which car
Yeah.
it was.
If I was one of them, I'd just tee off into the traffic, though.
Yeah, just turn around and.
There's not a worse than just thinking they could be having the round of their life.
Yeah.
And that's the one shot that fucks them up.
If I was with them, I was like, you got to play it.
Yeah.
You got to play it. You just
Smash it at the car.
Yeah, look at the dice.
So, one
Wait a minute.
fact.
Or the look of the draw or the roll of the dice.
It's the look of the
Look at
dice.
the dice.
The look of the dice.
Oh, you're just
Or
looking at the dice.
It's the roll of the drawer. So,
Hey, that makes sense as well.
one.
So, I don't care.
All right.
Go on. It's my new saying.
One.
Apple.
So Kevin De Bruyne has the most assists in Europe since 2012, and he missed like 2.5 seasons.
There's no surprise at that, though, is there?
No, but I'm just saying he didn't win. He didn't win Player of the Year last season or the season
Salah.
before because of Mo Salah.
Reasonably, though.
No, it's not reasonably. Mo Salah came out of nowhere in the second half of the season, and just goals don't make you the player of the season.
Well,
I mean,
how
goals
many
win
games
games.
have you watched? How many games?
Yeah,
have you
but
watched?
assists win games.
But goals win more games.
Yeah, but he scored and assisted more than Salah did total.
Yeah, okay.
How many games have you watched where the man of the match has been the one who scored the one goal or the winning goal? And
Yeah.
he's had a shiter?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, but
bullshit.
All right, but I mean,
It's
I'm
bullshit
pretty sure
because
we've talked about
just because
this.
he's not a striker, but you still get Van Dijk getting put in the friggin' Ballon d'Or bullshit.
Yeah,
it's like
if no one,
he's not scoring
if no one
goals.
went by you the whole entire.
Gabriel Jesus went by him.
I did.
Yeah, he did. He was the first one to go by him.
Oh yeah, after
Well, I think,
Yeah.
I think with the Van Dijk one, I think when somebody when it's mentioned so much about what your team is lacking and what your team is missing, and then you sign a centre back or whatever position he is, and then your
And he
team
fills the role.
transforms completely to
I'm
win the
not-
Champions League and run away with the
But
league.
also he did something ridiculous.
Okay, I'm not saying he didn't deserve it. I'm just saying how come De Bruyne didn't deserve
All right,
Player
but
of the Year?
You're talking about.
I'm just comparing, right? Because you're saying De Bruyne didn't get Player of the Year because of goals, but Van Dijk got nominated for Ballon d'Or, and that wasn't because of goals.
It would go in there. I say De Bruyne is ahead of Ronaldo every single day of the week. You
Yeah.
know,
But
why
so
does
was
he-
Messi. So was Messi when Ronaldo got it. as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
How many times?
I think that was politics. You know, like
It of course
Man,
it's politics. It's
I mean, Van Dijk said
winning
it
the
right.
Euros or whatever. You know, like it's
Van Dijk said it. I think he was in a press conference and he said, I don't know if he was talking about if he were to win it or if it was afterwards. He said, I think he said if I were to ever win it, it would be a mistake because Messi should have had it the last 5 years and should have it the next 10 years.
Yeah, but I've also read recently Vincent Kompany, who was the best centre back the Premier League has
Said
seen.
Van Dijk.
Said Van Dijk is the best centre back the Premier League's ever seen.
and I'm not arguing that at all. I'm just saying my argument is
Why
De
isn't
Bruyne was
got
Player
a-
of the Year, and Salah decided to score a few goals. And I don't rate
break
honestly,
the record.
Do not. I think
Break the record.
Salah can fuck off.
For the last 20 plus years.
And De Bruyne doesn't get noted. I mean, no City players ever get in the team of the season.
How you
Who
feel
cares?
right now? How you feel
Yeah,
right
who
now is
cares?
how I felt about Hazard. I would say,
but
I
I'm
would say
just- I'm
Hazard
just
was the
saying,
second
like,
best
De Bruyne-
player on the planet.
De Bruyne is the best.
And he wouldn't get the recognition.
De Bruyne is the best player on the planet.
No, Messi is
Okay, he's second
knees,
to Messi
head,
then.
shoulders,
He's second to Messi.
fucking
But
neck.
come on, he's
Yeah.
incredible. Look at look at
Above
the
him.
shit we're bringing up. It's like
He's the heir to the throne. He's the heir to the throne. I've said it for a couple of years now. He's the best all-round footballer.
He
But
is.
will he
in
will
the
he
world.
will he get the recognition because he plays his number 10 role? He
No.
doesn't play up front.
I mean, if he continues to go to the Euros and does what he did in the World Cup, that's where the big stages. That's where Ronaldo tries to
Which
play
is
for,
dumb.
and it is dumb. But it's the same thing as.
Does he need it?
I mean,
no, maybe not.
no, I don't think he cares either.
Maybe
He doesn't.
maybe that'll keep Real Madrid's eyes off him.
Yeah,
When you talk about footballers that go out and just look like they love playing football,
But he's so good.
yeah.
he's one of them.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's
you
one
talk,
of them, isn't
you
he?
talk about. I'm pretty sure we talked about this before, but you talk about how he had. If you tallied up his assists and goals to Salah when Salah broke the record, he beat Salah.
Yeah.
But he's trying to, and he's still trying to beat Thierry Henry's record. But Thierry Henry scored 24 goals that season, as well as what?
Okay, but it's not
20
goals and
assists?
assists, is it? It's just the. But that's
No,
the
that's
thing.
what
But
your
people.
comparison about Salah and
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
you know, an assist.
You've also got to understand Thierry Henry was a centre forward.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So he is
but
going to get goals.
yeah, but
He is
you
gonna
also
get more goals.
you also have to understand that assists can be, you know, like it never, like if let's say De Bruyne played Aguero and Aguero took on 3 players and put it in the fucking
Yeah,
top
but
corner,
then
that's an assist.
Yeah, but you know that with De Bruyne, he actually creates, doesn't he?
And I actually think he got one taken away this season, didn't he?
An assist
Yeah, he did.
for what?
I don't know. I think it was something. I'm pretty sure he did. He got an assist taken away from him.
Who's second? Edison.
Right.
Yeah, he had
He's had a
2.
few.
He had
Talk
2
about-
last season.
Talk about people revolutionary to the game.
Yeah.
I hold him as the best
This is-
keeper on the planet.
You know.
because of what he can do.
Yeah. You know, there's talk about Edison, about Pep playing him centre mid, and this was actually
The
a thought.
David James thing.
Yeah, kind of. But David James was up front, wasn't he?
Yeah,
this
but
is
bring
this
your
is actually
keeper out.
this is actually a question I wanted to ask you. So you're obviously centre mid, and I feel like back then positions were different, right? Like right mid back then was different than right wing back then. Than right wing now. Do you remember any games where you were played out of position, like whether late on in your career, early on, whatever it was, and how did it feel if that was the case? Like, do you remember?
I remember once playing, but it was for Everton reserves. I remember it was the mini derby against Liverpool, and I played centre forward, and unfortunately for me, Alan Hansen was playing centre half.
Yeah.
So I ended
and you
up
were the mini you were the mini forward in the mini derby.
In the mini derby, I ended up marking him.
Yeah.
Because he had the ball and was dribbling around me and playing it around me. So, and a couple of times we used to call it the graveyard shift, which was out wide, out on the left. Normally, when you had too many central midfield players and somebody had to fill that hole, nobody wanted to go out in the wide position because we lacked pace. We weren't going to run at people. It was a case of receiving the ball wide, maybe checking back and playing inside all the time.
Yeah.
So that was always the awkward one for me. I don't remember ever being put at the back because of my speed.
Yeah.
Things would have gone horribly wrong. But, look, in today's game, I probably could have. I did believe that I could have slipped back into the old sweeper position, as long as it was a back three, that I could just sit in the middle and start things off, like everybody does today.
Jorginho.
I thought I was always going to get it off the keeper. This was in my mind as I got older. I was always going to get it off the keeper, which is what happens today anyway.
Yeah.
And start the build up. Plus, when you got three, that was loud. Plus, when you got like two regular centre backs, once you have built it up in the midfield, you could actually step up into that holding midfield role.
Well, it's like we're Fernandinho.
And still join in the play, So
yeah,
I thought that would have been perfect for me. Plus, even though I was slow, I could have read things, let the two centre halves go and attack and mark. I could have swept up behind them, yeah.
Do you think there was less, like now, I think that happens very often. Like now in the Premier League, I think it happens often. Oh. Excuse me. Do you think that was...
Fuck's sake. What's going on there?
Act like that was all fucking natural.
I did it away from the mic. Do you think that was...
It's a good job as well, though.
Yeah, right.
Because it was really loud.
Do you think that was less common back then? Was there many defensive mids dropping back into...
The defenders wouldn't split as much. They wouldn't want to play short. Every ball was kicked up by the keeper back then. Yeah.
But do you think the game's more dynamic now?
1000%.
Well, you playing back then, and watching now, do you think it was more dynamic? It's more dynamic now.
In what sense? What do you mean by dynamic?
I mean, like players like switching positions, no.
There's a lot more variables because look, you don't find a slow player today.
Yeah.
Through the 90s, the 80s, and 90s, it was more horses for courses. You two big centre backs or your big centre forward, and your smaller one who runs off them, or your quick wingers or your quick fullbacks. Now today, everybody's got pace.
Yeah.
Not everybody has ability, though.
Right.
If you had that ability, you would more often than not be a midfield player. So if you're more gifted on the ball, you'd be a midfield player. Your centre-backs did their job and gave it to the midfield players. But today, most people are comfortable on the ball. But the game itself being dynamic, I don't believe that it is the game being dynamic because there's too many passes today.
Mm-hmm.
It's too much. I watched the lad who plays right back for Dortmund. I can't remember his name now. Sorry?
Piszczek?
No, it wasn't him. He played all right, actually. I actually tried to remember his name, thinking I may speak about him. He was the only one who dove. He was the only one who dove, and every time he got the ball, he went backwards.
Yeah.
And it was the granite jacket of Dortmund, and I'm thinking they must have better players than him. But for me, there's too much of that. So the dynamics in the game's
Achraf
dynamic.
Hakimi. Yeah.
That's him, yeah.
Hakimi, yeah.
Yeah, that was him, yeah. So he was sort of the only one that kept going backwards, and even when they were 1-0 down.
Yeah.
I think there's just too much of that. Too much of passionate round the back, too much of...
That's how you get your stats up.
Why do you get... I've actually watched teams have free kicks inside the other team's half.
Pass it
backwards. And it ends up with the goalkeeper.
And then he boots it up the pitch and they lose possession.
Well, yeah. And what's wrong with putting a free kick in the box? You know, what's wrong with putting a ball into a dangerous area? Okay, is it you because you took the free kick and it goes through the goalie? That's you giving a ball away.
Yeah.
The players actually think like that today. You know, it'd be interesting but because I know the reason that they do go backwards and across at the back is because they probably are looking at their stats.
I think that's how
more
people...
than they need to be.
I mean, you look at the ones looking at a heart monitor.
No. I think that's how people judge them, though. I think that's just how it is now.
Yeah,
I think I don't think it's necessarily them looking at the stats. I think it's literally how the game's shifted, how people judge them. Because you'll get people on Sky and BBC going, "Well, he did this and he did
you're right. Yeah,
20."
I agree with you.
You know what I mean?
I mean,
so
I never thought about it like that,
people say Busquets is one of the best defensive midfielders. He has the best record. He holds the most passes. And
never liked him.
But you do have to understand he's a pile of shit. Like he's a terrible footballer. And the reason he'll never leave La Liga or a league like that is because whenever he loses the ball, he jumps on the floor and screams. And then so technically he didn't lose that ball, so his stats are still up. You know, so he hasn't lost possession.
But I do think it is. I think it's
that's a good point, mate. Yeah.
Yeah. I think
what you said is a good point. Yeah, what you said is a good point.
I think that's how it is, and I don't think they realize it. I don't think they acknowledge it. It's just how am I perceived.
It's a mindset now. Is that the mindset of the footballers today?
I think that's
the conscious of how they look on paper rather than how they look on the field.
Yeah.
But are they getting away with it on the field? Or fans? I think fans have changed, mate.
See,
I think fans' perspective has changed now.
Yeah.
I think it's acceptable now. It's accepted for people to fall down.
See,
as long as your team get the free kick, I think fans think it's okay, you know?
Yeah, it's like at least we still have the ball.
I've seen even managers, you know, with all this VAR souls, all the cameras and coming over to the side, it was supposed to help the game.
Yeah.
And why do managers still need to moan and complain when we've brought that into the game? And you watch them do it, even ex-players. You think they wouldn't have done that when they were playing. Mm-hmm. And now they're succumbing to it because they're out there and it's their team. And they're so conscious of, you know, you've got to win or it's cutthroat.
Yeah.
You know? It's your record.
It's ridiculous. I mean, I was just thinking about Granit Xhaka. He's a little bit of both worlds because when he'll get the ball, he'll only pass it backwards. Yeah. But then he'll try to take a shot from 40 yards and sky it into the top stand.
Yeah, it's so that shows that they're not constantly thinking about...
I don't know. He seems pretty stupid, so I don't think he's constantly thinking either way.
He also puts in some tackles which are like...
Yeah, but then he also puts in some bad tackles.
Late. But he's not adverse to physicality, is he? You know?
I think he's just an angry man.
Yeah.
No, what it is you've got to contribute to a game.
Right.
And if you don't notice him, sometimes you notice him because he's got a yellow card.
Yeah, Ramos.
Sometimes, yeah. The players were like that back in the 90s and the 80s. Trust me, I know for a fact there's been players like that. You don't even know they're on the field.
I mean, look at the other end of the spectrum. You look at Zola. I think he got one yellow card the whole time he was in the Premier League.
What I was going to bring up, though, too, before, just to backtrack a little bit, is David Beckham played right mid, which he could never survive now because he's not quick enough. It was like a 4 centre mids across the middle.
4-4-2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not like, you know, like now on the right wing you'd have...
I mean, you
Sterling
in that team of the Man United where you have 60% possession. Every single game,
I'm just saying though. He's
not bombing back.
I don't think
he's got Gary Neville behind him who's gonna work his fucking balls off. So.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it like the wing. I think like the pacey winger was like it wasn't as common. Like now it's like you get anyone fast like Theo Walcott. Oh, he's fast. Let's stick him on the right wing. It's a different type of winger.
I mean, I think. Beckham's a bad example there because Beckham didn't need the pace. He just needed half a yard and he could put a ball on a dime.
Yeah, I'm just saying, though, I think
he didn't need to get beyond. I think Trent Alexander-Arnold is the closest thing you'll get to Beckham right now. And I think he's still way off. And I know he's a fullback, but I'm saying, like, he's not the fastest person on the planet, is he?
I'm just saying, like, Beckham wouldn't survive as a right mid, which is now a right winger. He wouldn't survive there now. He'd be in the middle.
Bring up that subject. Look, today I did an interview for the Man City website, and Ian Brightwell and Davey White was on it. And we were talking, we all played in the Manchester Derby in '89, but
yeah.
Whitey brought up a good point, and it's relevant to what you were talking about, because he didn't like an overlapping fullback.
He was quick, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was quick. That's what I'm saying, because he played wide on the right.
Yeah.
He wanted to be isolated one-on-one.
Yeah.
And when you got fullbacks that were coming overlapping him, they were bringing another player with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So plus, if it broke down, now they were ahead of him, and he didn't want. But he admitted it himself. He didn't want to end up being in the right back position because
the fullback's further ahead.
Yeah, he wasn't defensively minded.
That's how Ronaldo plays. That's exactly how.
But Ronaldo for the longest time had now at Juventus he plays up front, but he had Marcelo behind him, who I think
wouldn't always do that. I think at the beginning.
I think Marcelo. You hate Marcelo. I know you do, but
what?
I think
no.
You hate Marcelo. Somebody hates Marcelo.
No, I think Marcelo. Sorry, I think Alaba's the best left back. I think Marcelo
gets less credit because he's doing Ronaldo's job as well. But that's a good point. That's a good point. Actually, going back to David White, because he was actually a quick winger. So maybe I am giving a bit of discredit to 90s footballers.
What he said, mate, he needed to be isolated one-on-one, and then he could go by anybody. He could go by anybody and get his crossing. You know, I mean, he was that type of winger. And then what you found was, if a fullback came too close to him, if you kept giving it to his feet, and then he went and knocked it by the fullback and beat him for speed, that fullback has now got to stop him getting it to feet. So when the fullback's closer as a midfield player, that's when you now stick it in behind the fullback.
Yeah.
All right, but what's wrong with the overlapping right back coming inside a little bit and making sure no one is, he didn't have to overlap.
I think that's different now. I think that's a newer sort of form of dynamics, though,
when
because
we saw Zabaleta coming in for the first time.
Back then we never really saw a front three, did we?
There wasn't really that extra holding midfielder needed that could fill in a back four.
Yeah.
So, it's great for me the way that the game's evolved, to be honest with you. I mean, look, I would have loved to have sat in where Fernandinho sits.
Right.
But I know for a fact, if he wants to join in, somebody else would hold, somebody would sit, because I think that's what footballers are today, especially, look, Man City players, they're a lot more knowledgeable because of the coaching that they have.
Yeah.
To be able to rotate and interchange and be comfortable wherever they are. I think the probably, as a whole, your 11 are probably going to be more athletic than when I played. As a whole, I mean, a group. Don't get me wrong, because like I said, at West Ham, we had Dixie and Timmy Breaker that bombed on for fun anyway.
Right.
And we played always 4-4-2. So we'd have two wingers and two bombing on fullbacks.
Yeah, but back then it was like 4-4-2, but it wasn't your traditional 4-4-2 because, I mean, you talk about your wingbacks, you didn't know what you were getting. You didn't know that they were going to bomb on all game. It wasn't your Sven-Göran Eriksson 4-4-2.
No, I think it affected me in a sense, mate, because
definitely.
In a natural 4-4-2, you've got your two in midfield
that have to attack.
If I was with Martin Allen, he would bomb on, and then if the fullbacks are gone also, now we're left isolated or exposed with two centre backs. Somebody else would have to sit.
Yeah,
I'd have to be the one sitting, and people say, "Oh, you didn't score enough goals."
Yeah.
No, I didn't, because I wasn't the bombing on midfield player.
But
plus, I didn't need to be responsible and hold a little bit if our fullbacks. And you couldn't question what they did, because Timmy Breaker scored some goals, whipped in great crosses. Yeah. Julian banged in a load of goals and whipped in crosses. And, they were probably more dynamic in that area than I was. or did it more often, maybe. I just felt a responsibility to sit when they did that. It wasn't as much a choice, because I did score some decent goals from outside the box and around there, you know?
So two things here. One thing relating back to what I was talking about earlier is why I think like stats and the media now have also carved out, oh, he's a defensive midfielder, and then you're forgiven for not scoring goals, or he's an attacking midfielder. I think those positions may have been carved by what people are saying around. So if you were labeled a defensive midfielder instead of a midfielder, say a number 6 instead of a number 8, you'd get more. You'd be forgiven more for not scoring as many goals, right? So I mean, that's just all. Whatever.
Yeah, I would forever say. Sorry, go on.
No.
I was going to say I'll forever say exactly what we're talking about. You look at the likes of Ramirez. Number 7 at Chelsea a couple of years ago.
Torre. Are you talking about like those sixers that bomb on?
Yeah, I would rather have... And he scored the most goals for our club, whatever, Chelsea, whatever. I would rather have a Ramirez that could bomb on, because, I mean, you looked at him, no one could ever catch him, than have a Lampard that just doesn't do his defensive work.
Oh, you're saying Lampard scored the most for your club. I was like, Ramirez
sorry.
didn't.
No.
Yeah,
and sits at the edge of the box.
Yeah.
And gets... Yeah, I mean...
So, but he's afforded more freedom because he's a number 10, because now midfielders aren't... It's not a flat 4 anymore, is it?
It's like the same thing with Ronaldo. He can only play that way because he has someone behind him that will do his work.
100%. But that's why he's playing up front for Juventus. He's playing
exactly, because he doesn't have Marcelo sitting behind him who's going to work his nuts off.
Yeah, although Alexander is a decent left-back at Juventus. But
he's all right.
I like him, but... So,
he was the one at
and
Tottenham,
Douglas Costa at the left. No.
Alexandro?
No, he wasn't at Tottenham.
No?
Nope.
All right.
My other question would be, which you've already answered probably, is in today's normal 4-3-3 or whatever, what position do you see yourself in? I'm going to guess number 6, that defensive midfield role.
Well, I mean, I like to be involved in the build-up. That's what it was.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted to get every second pass. I wanted it to be mine. And you know, you're in and around there. You're right in the centre of it all, in the hub, in touch with everybody. And that's how I wanted to be, really. I would have liked to... You know what? Probably it was a choice as well. Mm-hmm. And if I do have any regrets, I probably didn't go and express myself as an attacking force maybe as much as I should have. I think there was times when I'd pass it off to somebody who I thought was in a better position, rather than be that selfish midfield player. Let's say I scored 34 goals in my career. I could have got 60, 70, but wasn't greedy enough.
And it's also, whether you're fighting relegation, do you take that shot outside the box, or do you... I mean, look, I'll tell you something. I didn't... Games weren't like that. Psychologically, fighting relegation, not fighting relegation, for me, it was a game of football. It was the position we were in. I didn't let it affect me. It didn't bother me performance. You know, there's a knock-on effect, because if you are struggling and the fans are disgruntled, it may not even be with you. It may be with what's going on. We had a lot of adversity at the club through West Ham. We had a bond scheme thing, and there was all sorts of issues going on. And the fans were disgruntled anyway. Not dissimilar to the way they've been at the London Stadium, to be honest with you. You know, so it does filter down to the field. But I thought I was one of them players that dealt with it. And obviously, you know, with all the other bullshit, I dealt with a lot of other stuff. But I never let it affect me. Me going on the football pitch, especially at Upton Park, was my sanctuary. It was me getting away from everything else. And putting my football shirt on was my home, you know. And that's exactly how I felt. It wasn't... You try and block out anything around you, which is why now, when they're saying behind closed doors, it wouldn't have bothered me. It wouldn't have affected me, because I'm concentrating on the game. Yeah.
You know, so as far as the players saying it'll affect them, That's wrong. Obviously, the fans don't want it because they want to be there, which is understandable because that's their life. But as players, you get on with it, whether there's people there or whether there's not people there. It's a game of football.
Yeah, I mean,
and you'll know from being a kid. Once I watch you two in the garden. You get close. You know you're going down the steps. You know, but as soon as you see the grass or you're near the grass, you run. It gives you this surge of energy.
Yeah.
You see the goal or you see the grass and you've got the ball. You just want to get out there. And it's no different being a 35-year-old still running out at Main Road or, you know, in my 20s going out to Upton Park. It was always that surge for me, seeing the grass and seeing the goals and seeing the nets. I don't think I ever stopped being that child. All right then, fellas. Well, another day, another dollar. It's been good. Nice having a pint with you. I know I'm not really there.
Yeah.
But maybe I'll get up there next week.
Yeah.
And have a couple of scoops.
Yeah, that'll be good. Definitely come up. We'll have a new choice of beer. And I do want to just tell everyone to go to 5pintsin.com. We're actually setting up the new website. There's going to be a lot of cool stuff on there. You can sign up for the mailing list. We're going to do polls. We're going to alert you to new episodes. We'll even do probably some giveaways if we can convince it, and some signed shirts. We'll see what it brings down the line.
Some signed
and try apple Smirnoff
and
Ice.
Also, we're going to try and get a sponsorship by Smirnoff Ice.
Don't get a sponsor.
Yeah. So it's the anti-sponsor. So, guys, thank you so much for listening. It's been a good time, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Talk to you next time.
Cheers.